Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another fairly rough night weather-wise, isn't it?
It certainly is.
We're out on the beach, the sea's up, we've got quite a big easterly rolling in. There's a lot of weed in a lot of places.
Yes, I think that's going to determine whether I think we're going to have a successful night or not, whether we can just find somewhere to get out of that weed, because yeah, you're looking at the water and looking at the amount of weed banked up onto the shore. It's heavy. There's a lot there. So
it is. We've already had, well, this is the second spot with fish. We've checked out 3 or 4 spots.
Yeah.
And as Gary says, it's just weed all over. So it's going to be a night of patience and perseverance and probably a lot of frustration, I think. But
Yeah.
we'll just give it a go. There's got to be some fish in one of the holes somewhere. So what gear are you going for tonight?
Well, I don't know if I've made the right decision actually, because I've gone braid, and I'm thinking now maybe I should have went mono. But the advantage with the braid and the fixed spool at night is just literally fire and forget, no overruns of a multiplier, so it's easy fishing. But I don't know, we'll see. Rod wise, because it's quite heavy, I've opted for the me Tip Tornado and just a Penn spin fisher reel straight through with I think it's £50 braid and a £100 shock leader. Yeah, something around there, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed we can get something. I've gone heavy setup as well, usual HST Evo, Aero Technium, same braid setup as Gary, 50 and a 100 braid leader. So let's get some rigs out, hopefully get some fish.
Yep, just got to try.
Well, been fishing away for probably about an hour now. We found a spot on the beach where there's no weed, the pull's not too bad. I've just had a bite before, missed it, so seems to be something out there. The tide's about an hour and a half from low, yeah, so they're hoping that this mark should start to switch on fairly shortly. There's a couple of the lads next to us, so if there are any fish about we'll find out quite quickly. But got the usual 2-hook flapper, a bit of carp, crab and a bit of lug, so hopefully we'll pull something out shortly. So very good bite there. That looked like a proper, yep. You're joking. That was going absolutely berserk there. So what the bite was, Mr. Coley, which it did look like a Coley bite. Just taking the crab. Whoops, he's very lively. Plenty of these up here in the northeast. Little stinkers. Let's get them back. Sometimes not a good sign for this mark though. Gary's into a fish. Oh yeah, Sandy, straight out.
And there we'll have it, the first fish. Pleased with that. Straight lugworm. So yeah, good little knock on it as well. So I'm very pleased with that. Hopefully there's plenty more of these, and hopefully a bit bigger. Brilliant.
This is the usual rig. Sink on the bottom, rotter, followed by the bottom hook. Quite a lengthy rig, 2-3 foot, just a flapper, bead, swivel arrangement. Got a bit of carp and crab on the top one, and just straight lug on the bottom. So this one's been getting a couple of rattles. It looks like a Coley. Gary's just had the first codling of the night, so hopefully it's about to switch on. Well, second fish. Oh, no. Oh yeah, Gary's getting a good bite. I've just got a Rockland, which is not ideal, but more interesting on Gary's rod, definitely. There's that. Lively little Rockland. Pretty fish, the Rockland, but let's get him back. Fish on? Gary's just getting another fish here. fish out there tonight, but it's a lot of small stuff. Hopefully the better fish will just switch on. It's never a great sign getting coalies and rockland and stuff like that. It kind of shows that the bigger fish aren't there getting to the bait quicker. Looks like you've got another codlin there.
And there we have it.
Codlin number 2.
Codlin number 2, just.
Finding the codlins tonight, though, all I can find coalies and rockland.
But to give a right little rattling bite that as well. I thought it was going to be something a little bit better than that, but well, there you have it.
Oh, well,
never mind.
Go for your bigger ones.
Absolutely.
Fish on. Another codlin. Codlin number 3.
Yeah. And there we have another little codlin. Flighty little thing. Calm down.
Number 3.
Number 3. Straight look again.
Yeah.
Right.
A nice big carton lug bait out. Well, baits. Got 1 cart, 1 lug. Yep. Better one? Another fish for Gary. It looks like Mr. Cooley. Alright, seems to be a bit of small stuff around. Cooley. Never a great sign, but at least we're catching something better than blanking. Well, we're nearly on low water, and I was slightly concerned with the big tide tonight. It's about 0.7 ebb. Slightly concerned that this was going to empty out, but it doesn't look like it's going to be. So I'm hoping that once that tide starts to flood, it might just switch on. Just so far, I mean, Gary's done well to get those 3 codlin, to be fair, because otherwise we've just been plagued with rockland and coalies. But Gary was saying earlier, we might be in luck in terms of how empty this gully gets, because the wind's coming, sea's coming from the east. It seems like it's just retained a bit of that depth, which is good. But so far, despite the conditions looking really good, it's been a little bit tricky. But what you do tend, oh, just getting a rattle there now. What you do tend to find when the sea's been running for day after day after day, like it has at the minute, the fishing gets harder and harder because there's so much food in the water, and the fish are just stuffed on natural food anyway. So trying to get them to take your bait can sometimes be problematic. You do, that's not to say you don't catch anything, of course you do, but it's not as easy as when the sea first comes away. And it's crazy to think, you can probably hear how rough the sea is. Gary's fish that he pulled in before there coughed up a sand eel, so they're still, oh yeah, that was a slightly better bite there on mine. I say slightly better. So they're still managing to catch a lot of natural food out there. They're still sand eels. Despite it being nearly November, there's still plenty of food out there for them to go at. Yeah, it's getting a small inquiry here. It's nothing, certainly nothing of any size, that's for sure. No, still a bit of weight there, still a bit of weight. I think we've got him. It's not big, but he is a fish. Good knock there. Another bloody rockland. Quite a big rockland, that actually. It's quite a pretty fish, the rockland. Not really what I'm after at all. Nice little 3-bearded rockland. That's quite a good one as well, that. Fish on? Whoop. more important things tend to, yeah. Better one? Gary's into better fish here. Codling again. That's codling number 4. Yeah. Got him? He's into fish number 5 here. A lot of small stuff around tonight though. Right. What has he got? He's got Coley. So much better bite there. Come on. Rod going crazy. As soon as you pick it up, not whoop. Mr. Coley yet again. I can't catch a codling for love nor money at the night. Second Coley of the night, not what I'm after, but better than blanking. He's absolutely nailed that hook as well, unfortunately. Much better bites, yeah. Just not struggling to connect with anything. I think the other thing as well at the minute that we're not fishing into any sort of depth. The water's probably only 3 foot or something, so the bites are absolutely savage. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was a bit better. This is a bit better. Oh. Yeah, this is slightly. I felt a bit better at the start there, but it does feel a little bit more codling-esque. No. Oh well, got a double shot. We've got a Rockland and a codling. Maybe it was. Finally managed to get myself a codling, albeit not a big one, but. Little Tommy on one hook and another Mr. Rockland on the other. So little double shot of fish there. Let's get them back. Tricky old night, eh? Gary's got another one. Comes. Another codling. Ah.
Okay, and there's another little codling. Bit bigger than what we've been getting. I'm getting loads of rattling bites, but the fish are just small. But that's probably one of the better ones we've had. But we could still do with something a bit bigger than this, really, couldn't we? Squirmy little fella. But there we go.
Well, fish, I think number 6 or 7 of the night. Finally managed to get another codling. Not a big fish, but nice. Really damaged himself there, but another little codling. He might just go size. Finally managed to get stuck into them because, to be fair, Gary's absolutely cleaned up on cod tonight. He's had 4 or 5. I've managed a couple, 3 Rockland, a couple of Coleys, so we've had a lot of fish. We're into double figures, but issue we've got is that there's nothing particularly big, but we're catching fish. That's the main thing. Nice fresh run fish. See if he'll go back. All these fish are just coming on straight lug with him. So I've got crab caught, there's not a lot touching it, just seems to be lugs that they want, so might get another cast on here before we get pushed off. So good fun getting a few fish. It's not particularly cold, it's about 9 or 10 degrees. Bit of an easterly wind coming, but it's alright. Come on. Yeah, it's...
You got it?
Yeah, it's not massive like, but bouncing around in the... Oh yeah, I think it's gone. Just in the surf there. Ugh, another silver stinker. I just can't avoid these tonight, can I? Be loving it if I... get my words out. Be loving it if I was lure fishing somewhere, but I'm not. I'm cod fishing. Here he is. Little Coley. Should go back, no bother. He's just lip hooked. Right, better fish here, double shot of codling. That top one's much better, probably the best one of the night. Another one to go with it, so sorry, double shot. He's bleeding a bit because he's taking that into gills, but let's get that one unhooked, get these two unhooked, and hopefully get out and get another one. It's picking up a bit now. Got a double shot of codling there. One probably about 3.5-ish, another one 36 centimetres. So all of a sudden it might just be that the turn of the tide is bringing some fish, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Just been getting another couple of really good bites here. Hopefully you can pick that up on the camera. Yep, I think something's having a look. Yep, he's on. Right, well, as per, so all of a sudden, flood has hit, and so have the fish, because other than getting small stuff around low, tide's turned, and we're starting to hit better quality fish. That one's probably about 2.25, something like that, so it's picked up, but we're running out of bait, so I'm literally just going to start throwing the same baits in. Flood tide is definitely starting to push the fish in, so hopefully there's a big one out there. Gary's into a fish here. Still on?
Yeah.
Give you a good bite, that mind, didn't it?
Doesn't feel very big. Don't know whether it's just coming in on a wave like or what.
Yeah. Another one.
Well, for such a small fish, that's just...
Oh no, oh no.
The final act.
Oh, have you seen that on your front, on your chest? Oh. No.
Well, it gave an absolute stonking bite, that little fella. It's just discarded out of its back end its entire contents of its dinner all down my chest. Just don't know what to say. Well, anyway, there you go. It's another one. He's going back. Oh.
We're getting, apart from getting covered in cod shite, we're also getting pushed up the beach pretty quickly now. Tides more or less like kind of biggest springs of the month, so they're really, the surges are massive, especially with the CB and easterly as well. It's like, it's really pushing hard. It's nearly 2 hours after high. Got to admit, I'm starting to flag a little bit. I think Gary and I were both pretty hungover this morning. Bed's probably going to beckon, but did you get that? Did you get that cleaned off?
Yeah.
That was a pretty lethal shot, that mine. Better one?
It's my top, well, I've been here before.
So Gary's got another cod in there and a crab halfway up his hook length, which is quite bizarre.
Arm's length, this one. And there's another little codlin.
Nice one.
Get this
Just
one
lip
back.
hooked.
Just lip hooked, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. Well, that's the end of the session. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, it has. It started off a little bit slow. Concerned with the weed, with the amount of weed that was on the beach, but to be fair, there was no weed at all, was there, once
Nah.
we got going?
Nah,
Well, at this mark anyway.
Aye, it was. I think it's probably been a hell of a lot smoother than what we both thought it would be.
yeah,
Actually,
definitely, yeah.
First spot, you had a chuck or two, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh well, the very first
Yeah.
spot, I had a chuck, lost everything. Then Gary got a bit of weed. Then we moved further down. It's been spot on. We must have had, God, easily 15 fish.
Yeah, easy, yeah.
6 that were size. In fact, no, there's probably 8 that were size because you put a couple back as well, didn't you?
I have, yeah.
And the ones we kept have been sort of deeper hooked. So best fish about, I don't know, 3.5, 3 3/4. You definitely cleared up on the cod tonight.
Yeah, there's a few out there. It's just a shame there weren't a bit better stamp of fish. There was a lot of undersized fish there, really, wasn't there?
Aye.
Or fish just on size. But hey, it was still a great night.
It was, aye. It's been good sport. I mean, so yeah, roll on the next one. Even though the sea's been running for a bit, there's still fish out there to be caught. So, as always, thanks for watching. Tight lines, keep fishing. We'll see you soon.